Hello and welcome to this edition of Own the Journey, where we get the opportunity to speak with amazing people from all over the world. And today we're at the 417 Think Summit, and we have the privilege of speaking with Anthony Tolliver. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have an amazing history. A lot of people know it, but there's a lot of people that don't know your history. So give us just the quick history and the backstory of how you got to where you are and your journey in the NBA and some of the fun stories there.
Yeah, so quick 30-second background. From here, Springfield, Missouri. Went to Kickapoo High School. Got a chance to win a state championship here with some of my best friends, and got a chance to get a full ride scholarship to Creighton University. Graduated there after 4 years with a finance degree, and was able to go on after that and play basketball in the NBA. Played overseas in Germany, Turkey. Played in the D League, which is now the G League, for a couple of years as well. And so, took the long road to get to the NBA. And so I got a chance to play for 13 years in the NBA, 14 years total professionally.
Wow.
And, just amazing journey it was. And, along the way, I built an amazing business portfolio and was able to set myself up for post-career. So now I'm there. Now I'm reaping the benefits of the decisions I made 15 years ago, and very blessed individual.
Yeah, that's such a good story. And I think the one of the cool things that I heard that you obviously took pride in is you had a finance degree. Even though basketball was your passion and you were headed down that path, you wanted to make sure that you had all the blocks in place so that you could live a full and long life with intentionality.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the finance degree was really intentional as well. Growing up here in Springfield, lower middle class family. My mom was a teacher for 31 years. So we definitely didn't have too much of an abundance. We had everything we needed, but not an abundance. And so when it came to investing and like building and growing wealth, that wasn't really something we talked about growing up. And but I've always been a numbers guy. Always been kind of like most people. Hey, I want to learn how to make money.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when I got to college, I went there for pre-med. I actually went there to be a pediatrician. I planned on being one of the largest pediatricians in the country. That was the original thought. But I decided to switch over to business and finance because basketball was going really well, and I thought I could make some significant money playing basketball, and I needed to know what to do with it. And so that was kind of the journey behind becoming a finance major, and it's definitely bode well for me over the past 15 years.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love what you've done is you've taken what you know and the capabilities that you've had, and you're paying that forward now. And then you've got a big campaign, a nonprofit focused on literacy of money for peoples that have never had that opportunity before. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Tolliver Family Foundation is something that we take very seriously. We want to make a huge impact while we're here, but honestly, the bigger vision is for it to be a multi-generational, endowed type of foundation. And so, just like we talked about, how as a finance major, just learning, okay, well, in business, how do you grow a business? Well, you grow revenue, you grow it, internally, you grow it in a bunch of different ways, but ultimately, if you don't have revenue, you die,
yeah.
Right? And so, same thing with our foundation is, over the next, 20 plus years, my goal is to build a foundation, not have a foundation, but to build a foundation that is self-sustaining and something that not only can help people along the way, but hopefully help people from now until, there's no longer humans on this planet, and so yeah, me and my wife, very, very excited about the possibility of having a foundation that, that helps people learn financial literacy through different programming, through, different partnerships, but also doing other things like partnering with missionaries and partnering with World Serve, who provides clean water to places in Africa and different places around the world that don't have clean water. All these different things that are near and dear to our hearts. We want to make a difference and make an impact across multiple different arenas.
Yeah, I love it, and such a giving heart. I can see it and feel it, and I appreciate that. How does what you learned about teamwork and the strategies, from playing basketball for all those years and now going into business, how does that all come together so that you can achieve these amazing goals?
Well, with the lessons learned from the game of basketball and from sports in general, really, you're only as good as your team can take you when you're in a team sport. So individually, right? There's individuals that play individual sports, and there's different lessons learned from tennis or golf or whatever.
Right.
A little bit more mental, a little bit more, hey, it's all about you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with team sports, it's the complete opposite. It's all about the team, and if you don't have that mindset, then you don't succeed as a team.
That's right.
You might have some individual success, but you go way further when you have a team that's all on the same boat and all rowing in the same direction. Mm-hmm. And so, those things have translated over to business, especially for me because, the nature of playing basketball for however many years I did, I had to trust people that they were going to do what they said they were going to do. And I had to learn how to pick good partners.
Yeah.
And so with that partnership came teamwork, hey, I brought something, whether that be money, expertise, connections, or whatever it may be, and you bring something, which might be sweat equity, might be money, might be whatever, it might be a lot of different things, but if you complement each other and you bring things to the table, good things happen. And so just learning that from sports, and it carried over to everything that I do now is the partnerships and the teamwork that it takes to be successful.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you said about trust, because I think that's the fundamental of everything in business and acquiring new clients, everything. I mean, if you're going to drive the revenue that you were talking about, you have to transition that trust before you're going to get the sale.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
So it's right there. So when you inevitably have the opportunity to look at a lot of deals, which ones speak to you? How do you pick? How do you know when to say no and when to say yes?
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been asked that many times, and I definitely have a method to my madness, but it's hard to put into words, right? Like when it comes down to it, the person or the people who are running the deal, whether it be a small deal or big deal, whether it be a small investment for me or a big investment for me, the expertise or the know-how, right, behind in whatever industry it's in is massively important. But what you just talked about, or what I referred to earlier, was trust, right? And so if I can't trust the person, no matter how good the idea is, it's not something I want to invest in. It's not something I want to be a part of. Yeah. And it's because I can even forego expertise if I trust the person, because now I know that they're going to try their hardest, they're going to grow, they're going to make mistakes, and I can live with that. And it might not be as big of a return on the back end, but if I know that person, which like I referred to earlier was, hey, I love doing business with family and friends. And so that requires sometimes me doing business with family and friends that are just starting. Yeah. So it takes a while to learn and grow and become experts. And so, but I'm okay with that. I'm not in any rush. Yeah. We're doing just fine. I just want to see, those people, succeed. Yeah. My family and friends and the people I care about the most.
Yeah. What I think I really heard you say was that you don't necessarily invest in deals, you invest in people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really about those connections and then making a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and obviously anytime making money is cool, it's fun, right? Yeah. But it's not the number one priority in anything that I do. There are some deals that are, because overall portfolio, right? In order for overall portfolio to be successul, like we talked about, just like an overall business to be successful, you have to make money.
Yeah.
So I do some deals where it's just, hey, this needs to work because I need to make money. So that some of these other deals that I'm doing, it can support, so my portfolio now as a whole is growing, even though I have a few investments that are maybe not growing as fast, because it's more of an investment into those people and helping them grow in their position, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, majority of the time I'm not money driven, but every once in a while I will do a deal just to make sure that my portfolio is doing well and has some, some investments that are shelling off cash.
Yeah, love it. Well, as we wrap up, one of my favorite questions is, what's some of the best advice that you've ever received?
There's a lot, but there's something to be said about, being you, right? There's something to be said about being you, and a lot of people, I feel like, and especially in today's culture and environment, a lot of people try to be something they're not. Mm-hmm. And so it comes off as disingenuous. It comes off as you're trying too hard. And if there's a job or a person or a situation that you are a part of and that doesn't allow you to be you, then it's probably not for you. And I feel like that's where, a lot of people try to morph because they feel like they want something so bad and they want to change who they are so that they can fit into a box. And it's like, I think my biggest thing is just like, be true to yourself, be true to who you are, and that will naturally, the opportunities will come from you being you. And like I said, if it requires you to change, then the opportunity is probably not for you.
Yeah, and being okay with that.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate it.